We will rebuild, we will recover, and the United States will emerge stronger than before. That was the message sent by President Obama during his address to the joint session of Congress on Tuesday night. Like a doctor who was talking to the family of an obese patient who had just undergone quadruple bypass surgery, President Obama had to walk the tightrope of instilling a sense of urgency and a sense of optimism to the American people. For just as that hypothetical heart patient, America must undergo a dramatic metamorphosis of sorts, or all of America's yesterdays will, to quote a certain play about ambition, will have lighted fools the way to dusty death. Out, out, brief candle. Hey, metamorphosis, change is what we bought when we elected Obama, and the time has come, Obama has said, to act boldly and wisely. Now, among the metaphors that Obama used to illustrate the change that lies ahead, what struck me most was his mention of the town Greensboro, Kansas. He said it was a town completely destroyed by a tornado, but is being rebuilt by his residents as a global example of how energy can power an entire community. The tragedy was terrible, said one of the men who helped them rebuild, but the folks here know that it also provided an incredible opportunity. Now, from the rubble of an economic crisis, how do we rebuild? By stimulating lending, Obama says, by giving more money to banks, but telling us it's really to benefit Main Street because we must grow. Growth is good, bigger is better, right? America must continue biggering and biggering so the bus driver Jane and the Joe the plumber can buy more things. Because we need things! But what is the real cost of our addiction to things? See our foreign policy. From the rubble of our healthcare crisis, how do we rebuild? By enacting reform that will require more public dollars be given to healthcare insurance companies and moving towards the day when all citizens are required to purchase healthcare? Or do we get rid of insurance companies, keeping only those select few that will cater to the rich who want to buy supplemental insurance and join the rest of the industrialized world by giving public dollars to free healthcare for all? And finally, from the rubble of our murderous and criminally insane foreign policy, how do we rebuild? What would be bold and wise? Do we pay reparations to the Iraqi people or acknowledge in any way that our unnecessary and immoral war has cost in the neighborhood of 1 million Iraqi civilian deaths and gutted the infrastructure of an entire country, a country that posed no threat to its neighbors or the United States of America? Or do we, in the face of international scorn, say boldly, as President Obama did last night, living our values doesn't make us weaker, it makes us safer, it makes us stronger. And then continue a policy of preemption and preventative war in places like Afghanistan and Pakistan? America is not yet like the town of Greensboro, Kansas, the town that was completely destroyed by the tornado. But the tornado is coming. President Obama may be bold. I'll grant you that, by the perverse standards that exist inside the Beltway. But like the doctor talking to the family of the obese patient who had just undergone quadruple bypass surgery, his bedside manner displays a hubris. And if he is wise, he must know that his address to the joint session of Congress the other night was full of sound and fury and signifying nothing.